So using mineralized skin finish and a big powder brush, we already put foundation. Now I'm just powdering over, and I'm just pressing into the skin so we're not buffing away all the nice foundation that we just applied. Now I'm going to contour. This is Deep Dark Mineralized Skin Finish. This is an easier way of contouring. I'm just taking another powder brush. So you're going to hit wherever you want to kind of shrink the face and bring it out. So I'm going to put darker around here. Wherever we want it to look skinnier, that's where we're going to apply the darker color. Darker pushes back and light brings forward. So that's what we're going to do. So just kind of buffing it in, and you always, where you're putting it, you want to also bring it down a little so it doesn't look unnatural. So this is going into the hairline so it doesn't just stop. And this is a warm highlight, so if you like, this is more like a J-Lo highlight. But if you didn't want it as warm, you could use NC 45 Select powder, or even a Care Blend powder. I'm just going under the cheekbone a little, and you also want to do this onto the ear. And we're also going to do a little bit under the jaw. I'm going to take a little bit of Accentuate. It's a m.a.c Pro color. It has a little bit of a gleam to it, so it's just going to add to the glowiness. Soft ochre, the paint pot with a 217 brush. Circular motions. We're using a fluffy brush so it can look more airbrushed. I'm going to use Orb eyeshadow with a fluffy flat brush so it's more of a soft focus look. This is a brush number 227 from m.a.c, and I'm patting it under the brow. Orb is a color, it's kind of a peachy light highlight, so more natural looking. In the crease, I'm going to use Samoa Silk, another peachy color. Starting where you want the most color and bringing it out. She has a really nice brow bone, so we're able to really put more. Next, I'm going to use the same brush. It's a 224. And I'm going to grab one of my favorites, Ground Brown, dark chocolate. It's on the warmer side, not a cool color. And I'm not going to go in her corner. I'm just going to go right in the outer. And just bring it kind of in the corner, but I'm leaving that part bare, so you'll see it on that side. So again, just right in the crease. So I'm not going in that outer corner. So I'm going to use Retro Spec on her lid with a 242, a flat brush. Just patting it on her eyelid. Going right by her lash line. Getting the whole eyelid so it covers all the area, and we will go back and touch up that corner. and you want to do at least 3 layers of the retro speck on her eyelids so it's a nice bold color that you can really see, not just a wash of color. We want this makeup to show up later. If you did just want a wash of color, you could just do 1 layer or use a fluffy brush, and that's going to give you just... I'm going to use a black eyeshadow with my same fluffy brush, just taking a little with the very tip, going right in that corner. These are more of sweeping back and forth motions. You could do little circles too, but I'm just trying to get right underneath the brown and the Samoa silk down. So I'm going to take a face wipe and just clean up under her eyes. Look up to zoom. So just sweeping right across, straight out. We're going to do her eyebrows. I'm going to use dip down. So you just take a little bit of the product with a 266 angle brush, and I'm going to use the lid to kind of smush it in there. So I'm going to start right where her eyebrow naturally is on the bottom. So I'm going to kind of make that arch and go back and do it on the other side so we can get them similar. Then bringing it down and making a nice sharp point. Right here is where you're going to twist the brush to give it that slight arch. And you can see where her eyebrow is naturally, so I'm following that same line. Then over here, we're going to go kind of light. I haven't picked up any more color. And just kind of making a line under here. Now we're going to flick the brush up so it's not so strong. We don't want it to look boxy. I'm just taking some black chalk, and we're going to do a wing liner on her so you can look straight down with your eyes open. And I'm going to start right at where her eye just naturally is going to kind of have a little lift. So it's a little bit in the middle. And I just use the brush and I'm going to twist it. And then I'm just going to follow her eye line. So I'm going to go pull that right in so it's just straight out. And I see a little peak in there, so I just want to put my brush right over that and pull it down until it's straight. And then going straight out, walking the wing from the outer corner. Going right by the lash line, you don't want to miss any of that. Down that way. For the mascara, I'm putting my finger right on her eyelid so it can catch any mascara from going onto her eyelid. This way it'll just go on my thumbnail. And just going back and forth on the lashes. Under her eyes, I'm going to use Prolongwear Concealer. This is a great concealer because It's a little bit water resistant, and I'm going to use a fluffy 217. I'm going to make sure that the mascara is dry. Oh yeah, that's fine. Your eyelashes, they actually don't hit your problem. So circular motions, and I'm going to go and kind of also blend out that line. We don't want any lines from the eyeshadow. With black chalk again, still have some in my lid, and just follow right on the lash line. I'm going to take a pencil brush with brown down and get some right under the eye, just going right underneath the black chalk eyeliner that we did with an angle brush. You could also use that same angle brush and dip it into your eyeshadow, but I just like to have a separate brush. And this is going to soften the look. Then I'm just going to wipe this brush off and pick up some nylon. It's a lighter color that I use a lot. And I'm just going to pop it in that inner to lighten that up, brighten it up. So I'm going to use a little bit of mocha and gingerly, and I'm going to blend them like this. Starting on the apple of the cheek, I'm going to go right into brushing back into the ear. On her lips, I'm going to use a cream stick liner, Naked Rose. I'm going to use the color Kinda Sexy and Brew. But you could use, Brew was a limited color, so you could use Myth. And I'm just going to add a little bit of Brew, which is a really, really light color, just in the middle. Some Ample Pink Plush Glass.